Hello, orators. This is a short set of slides that I present during week 3, but I leave them up there for you the whole time because really it's just a reminder on how you do emails and how you do APA. It's not officially a big part of the course other than I need you to know about it, so I cover it very quickly. So email and APA, what you should be doing. Most of you should have completed COM1 and COM2 before taking this course. So it's just a refresher, and then APA, which is the citation requirement for the school business. All right, a reminder on how you set up an email. You should be sending me emails from your college email account. You can find your classmates' email addresses in the Brightspace folders under tools. Make your subject line concise and relevant. CC, be inclusive if you need to. And if you don't need to, then don't use it. Content, use that APE acronym, be audience-oriented, purposeful, and concise. Economical in your language. Signature block, I'm just going to tell you use it. You're not in first semester. You should have created one way back when. Tell me what your program is. Usually you have your full name, etc. And you can expect a reply from me quite promptly within 1 or 2 business days. So, very specifically examples, well, your subject line should include the course number, or it should say oratory and then a section number. I believe some of you are in 301, some of you might be in 310. So just put in the correct section number. If you are doing group work and you're sending me an email and you're the leader, you're the representative for the group, make sure your group members are copied on it. That's the courteous thing to do. Some straightforward content. Don't just send me an attachment with no content in there. It's rude. It's not courteous. Don't expect a very formal salutation. You don't have to say, "Dear Dr. Curate," but it would be appropriate to say, "Hi, Judy." Clear question purpose in the opening paragraph. Don't give me a long background. Start with what your question is. Use your white space. Announce it if you've got any attachments that you're adding. And then I remind people of this one. Expect the 20% reading rule. I scan through it very quickly. I look at the opening. Have you got a question there for me? And if not, is there an action for me at the very end? And if it's just a lot of rambling words, well, I don't necessarily read them all. And then I already talked about the signature block. Here's an example of student work that would be appropriate. Hi, Judy. Nice salutation. Subject line very clearly said the course number and what the question was going to be about. It was going to be about discussion board number 3. Just submitted it. Couldn't get it in, but I didn't want to rush. Okay. And clearly a signature block. So meeting all of the check marks of an appropriate email. Before you send it, proof it one final time. Is there a subject line? I mean, quite often the various programs will ask you, you're about to send something without a subject line. Do you still want to continue? Put in a subject line. Have you got the content the way you wanted, and is it complete? Many times I get oops, I forgot the attachment. I'm guilty of it too, but try to get it correct the first time around. Breathe. Okay, pause. APA. This is the second half of the slides. Again, another 6 slides about APA, and that's it. Why? Why do you have to use it? What is the reason for using APA? Well, you have to acknowledge sources. All about academic integrity, various rules and policies that the college has about academic integrity. This links through to the library guides. I will provide that link for you again. I expect you to use APA in discussion boards where it's appropriate. In your group workshops, final reflection, you'll be told how many citations you should have. Sometimes it'll be very clear, and if it's not your original idea, you have to cite it. I just finished doing a dissertation. I have many pages of citations. I believe when all was said and done, I have over 150 citations. I'm never going to expect that much from you. So don't have a panic attack. Just make sure you use citations as needed. Now, here are some of the standard problems with APA citations: that you have not cited enough, that you have cited incorrectly, or you have not cited. Obviously, all three of them are problematic. Some of them have bigger consequences than others. I usually try to give you at least one chance before you're thrown straight off for integrity, but you should know you have to cite materials. There are two components to the citation process. You have to have the in-text citations. The in-text are after your direct quote or your paraphrase piece, you have to have in brackets the author and the year. If it is a specific quote where you've used the exact words, you have to include a page number or a paragraph if it's from a website. All of the slides that I present to the class have citations in them. This one doesn't, particularly because I have created this set of slides by myself. And at the end, you need to have your references list. It has to be alphabetical, reverse order, and it's very specific how you're doing that, because it has to be last name of the author first, then the first name, and you have to have your URL that's put in there. You don't have to say retrieved when it was on a particular date, unless it's something like a blog post or something from Twitter that might be changing. Don't number your entries either. Walk away tips, I would say, well, it's up to you. You are the one who is responsible for showing that you are capable of finding and listing the sources that you have used. I would also remind you, don't just trust the format that it tells you it can be in. For instance, when you do your TED Talks, the person who did the TED Talk is going to get the credit, not TED Talks. So just make sure that you give that person the credit. Scully Handbook, well, you'll see numerous times where I've got Scully referenced at the end, the eCampus resource, which is the Grimes resource, the Duarte book, all of these. Always single font and color, reverse hanging indent, and live links. All right, so here you can see this is listed alphabetically. It's listed with the author's last name and then first initial only, like here, Purett, comma, J, not Judy, and whatever the appropriate year is of something. And then the title is going to be in italics font, and you'll notice it's only capitalized the very first word or a first word after a colon, unless it happens to be a proper name, and then that has to be capitalized as well. If something is available and uniquely available on a particular course, then you also have to put this like this, available on Brightspace, because that link would not be available for somebody outside of this college program. And then I would say, if you've got questions or concerns, use our library site. All right, this is the library guide, citing and referencing. Phenomenal help there. I won't have time to walk through and do any more about APA with you other than this self-guided review. Have a good one.